Welcome to GBA TV, home of the Girls Basketball Association, GBA Facebook Live, and the GBA Podcast. In the game since 2003. Now let's join the guys live.
All right, welcome back, GBA Studios. It's Monday, February 11th, 2019. We're back in the studio doing some recording today with fellow coaches. And once again, my partner in crime, Tommy Strasser's joined us. And as always, Caleb Graham is behind the scenes handling all of our video.
Simply the best in the business, Caleb Graham.
And today we've got a special guest join us, one of our fellow GBA coaches, and we appreciate him taking the time to join us, and that's Coach Jason Mongold of the Ohio Crush basketball organization. Coach, how are we doing today?
Good, guys. How are you doing?
Good. We appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule. I know you said you got some things going on a little bit later, so we appreciate you taking a little bit of time to join us and talk a little bit about the Ohio Crush.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity.
And Jason, before we talk about the Ohio Crush, let's learn a little bit about yourself, what you do off the basketball court, as well as you can mention a family member you got with you.
Okay, yeah. The family member is my youngest daughter, Megan. She plays on our 5th grade Ohio Crush team. As far as what we kind of do, we have a few companies that we're part of here in Washington Courthouse. We have a distribution company and a commercial cleaning company, and recently, about a year and a half ago, started a logistics company. So, and on top of that, we help the Little Lady Lions with their youth basketball program.
And Jason, you've been married, I believe, 17 years. You want to let us know the rest of your family?
Yeah, we've been married to my wife, Tammy, for 17 years. I have a 14-year-old daughter, Allison. Then, of course, Megan here with me. So we're pretty blessed.
Well, we appreciate the time Megan has, joining us on the podcast today.
Yeah, I think she was pretty excited to get here. So, might be able to show it to her buddies, I think, is what's in her head.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, Coach, won't you let everyone know where the Ohio Crush is located in the area?
We are in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. We're kind of centrally located between Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus. So we've got a, pretty good opportunity here. And fortunately, the Washington City schools are so gracious to let us to use their gym facilities along with Hillsborough for practice time, because without their cooperation, it would be almost impossible.
Well, Jason, we appreciate the support that you've given GBA, and I know last year you guys played a bunch of GBA events, and we look forward to having you again this year. So just talking a little bit about the Ohio Crush program, can you give us a little bit of background, how long it's been together, the number of teams you had last year, and what you're looking, how many teams you may have in 2019?
Yeah, we started the Ohio Crush a little over 2 years ago. We thought it was just we wanted to get kind of an AAU program / GBA to where we were working a little bit more on fundamentals. It wasn't really so much going out and chasing trophies. It was really to better our daughters' school teams, because that's important to us, kind of help them along, give them an opportunity. Last year we had 2 8th grade teams, it'd be 7th then, 6th, 2 5ths, and a 4th grade team. So this year we're looking to keep 2 8th grade teams. We're going to scale back to one. It'd be now 6th grade and 7th and then 5th. And we're looking to put on a 4th grade if we can get the numbers where we want them. And,
Coach, do you have all your coaches for 2019? And if you do, who are they?
Well, of course, Corey Dye's coaching our 5th grade team. We'll have Rob Penrod coaching our 7th. Myself and Cliff Jones will coach an 8th grade team. Tom Pfeiffer and Dustin Pfeiffer will be in charge of an 8th grade team. Our 6th grade coach will be Marcus Coleman, and he'll probably help with the 4th or the 5th grade as well. So.
Well, I know, watching you guys play last year, and you talked about fundamentals and developing kids, and that was one thing, that's kind of, we at GBA, sometimes we don't always get to watch every team or watch all the games. But one thing we did notice by watching yours is very good coaching and how fundamentals, and you could tell that the kids are being coached, and it's not, sometimes you made that statement about chasing trophies and things like that. It's not so much about that. It's about developing kids to be better players and better individuals, as they come up through their grades.
Yeah, that's our main goal. We feel everything else will take care of itself over a period of time. But at the end game, if they can go back to their school teams and be successful, and we can kind of see that what we're doing is working, that makes it all worthwhile.
And, Coach, you had said before we came on the air that there were a couple of changes for the Crush as far as how you were going to approach things for 2019. You want to go into that?
Yes, we're going to ramp up our tournaments. Basically, right now we have 13 GBA tournaments on our list. We're looking at some of the tournaments that you've recently added in June that we want to take our teams to. We're going to make sure we're a little bit more competitive this year, while still focusing on our core goal of, fundamentals and creating better basketball players. We're going to limit our team rosters down to 8 instead of 10. It just helps with the rotation. Kids get a little bit more playing time because that's ultimately what they're here for. We're going to have our first round of tryouts ever with the Crush.
Okay, and when if for those that are maybe interested in the Crush, when are those tryouts going to be coming?
Well, we're doing personalized tryouts if people want to call in, and we'll set it up individually. Right now, we're looking at February the 16th at 6 p.m. for 7th and 8th graders. And then we're looking at our 3rd through 6th grade at 7 p.m. on the 16th at Bel Air Elementary here in Washington Courthouse. The only thing we do cautions our 7th and 8th grade parents, they need to be finished with their school season prior to doing anything GBA or AU related.
Right. Yeah, they want to make sure they're done with their season before they can do any tryouts or anything like that. So,
right.
And I know, I believe we posted out some stuff on our social media as well for your tryouts, and we'll make sure we do that again. When this video gets posted as well, we'll make sure we have that information up for people that's interested.
We greatly appreciate it. I mean, it gives us a little bit more reach than we would have otherwise, which helps drastically.
And, Coach, you say you've had the program for a couple of years now. Have you had some kids that have been in it since the beginning still going through, and how has that helped you?
Well, we have our core members. We have a couple kids that are going to take a year off, just kind of rest from some injuries they've had in school ball, which is a good thing. But the primary reason we started Ohio Crush was for our daughters who play for the Lady Lions here in Washington Courthouse. That's why we have 2 8th grade teams, because we've got 4, and with the Ohio rules we have to separate them, which makes it challenging. My daughter's 5th grade team, I think we have 7 from her school team, so we're getting into some deep water there when it comes time for them to get in the 7th grade. In which, when you keep those core girls together, we've really noticed a pickup at the school level. For some girls that we had that played with us at Miami Trace, they got a lot better. Of course, the Courthouse girls really picked up, and with our now 5th graders, since they got to play, and the 4th grade, it made all the difference in the world when it got to school ball. You can really see the separation they have against some of their opponents, and that's all because of you guys having great tournaments, and it makes them have to go out and compete. Well,
we appreciate that, and we do hear that because obviously in the travel ball season, it's a little bit different than school ball. Sometimes, it's so we hear that a lot where, it's been good for players and to get out and play the competition, and sometimes a little tougher competition, things like that. And then when they get back to school ball, it kind of transitions a little bit easier for them.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you're kind of playing with your top couple kids from each school. In our case, we've decided with the 5th graders and did it in the 8th grade as well that, we're able to compete and have the majority of our school team. I think last year they were 4th graders, and I think they won 3 or 4 tournaments in a couple seconds. So
good.
Coach Dye did really well with them, along with Coach Coleman.
So the expectations for 2019 is hopefully to build on that as well, and kind of take that next step, as you said, in the program.
It is. It's definitely. I mean, to see these kids grow as basketball players, of course, individuals as well. It's all the reward you need to do this, and hopefully they're pretty successful this year.
And, Coach, you probably stay pretty busy this time of year, not only your two girls playing, but trying to get out and see your other teams, other girls that play on your team, watch them play on their school teams as well. So you're probably beating the streets pretty regularly.
Yeah, we're out and about pretty good. Fortunately, all the schools around us are pretty centrally located, and I get to see a lot of the girls because a lot of them are from Courthouse and Trace and some other schools. So we've made some road trips to see some kids play because it's always fun to be a part of that and see how they've progressed and see if they're having a good year or not. And most of the Crush girls had a really good season.
That is awesome, and it's great to hear. And Coach, again, we look forward to having the Ohio Crush back at GBA playing GBA events this year. And it's always fun to watch your teams play and watch the coaches, how they develop and how they work with the kids as well. So we're looking forward to and we're very excited about the 2019 GBA season. We've added a few new events to it, and I know on our end we're ready for it to kick off.
Well, I know a lot of our girls are ready. They're chomping at the bit to get out here and get after it. And I mean, we made a decision, a year or so ago as a program. We're going to play no events other than GBA events, just because the way they're ran and the way they're structured, and with us having multiple teams. You guys have worked very well with us on making sure we get to watch our daughters play when, Corey's got an 8th grader and a 5th grader, and so do I. And we appreciate that more than you know. And the events are just their first class. And the new tournaments we're really excited about. There's a couple we're going to try this year and see what they're like. And I'm sure it's going to be a great time.
Well, we hope so as well. And again, we really appreciate all the support, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Like I said, we'll make sure we get that tryout information about the program posted up again on our social media pages. And we want to thank you for joining us, and also we want to thank Megan back there for taking the time to set in with us. And we look forward to seeing her on the court here very soon at the next GBA event.
Well, we appreciate it again, guys. You allowing us to be part of this, and without you guys, none of it would be possible. I mean, we really appreciate what you guys are doing for girls basketball.
We appreciate that, and as we move into the season, as always, anything you need, and let us know with scheduling. We're always, like you said, you got multiple things going on, so we'll do our best to work with you for each event, and we look forward to seeing you and the rest of the High Crush family soon.
Perfect. We look forward to it, guys.
All right, take care, Jason. See you, Megan. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Coach.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Megan.